It's been another huge week in the world of Microsoft Flight Simulator. Sim Update 9 has been released and we've got all the highlights covered of the update, including all of this week's latest announcements, release news, so let's jump into the video. Welcome to another Microsoft Flight Simulator update video. In these videos, we take a look at all the Flight Simulator news and development in one weekly video. Before we jump into this week's video, I'd like to say a big thank you to all the subscribers and viewers. Thank you very much for the support. If you're new to the channel and you're part of the 73% of viewers that aren't subscribed to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. It's much appreciated. We would also like to thank our sponsor for this video, which is the team over at SoFly. They are the team behind such products as a Landing Challenge Pro and Weather Presets Pro, products that I use all the time, and you now can find them on the Marketplace store in the simulator. Kicking off this week's previews and announcements, and the first one is Aerosoft dropping some new screenshots of its in-development A330. The screenshots showcase a level of detail from the cockpit standpoint. The team showcase pictures from the central pedestal, the overhead panel, the MCP, the seats, and also the EFB. There's also mentioned that the A330 will include SimBrief integration. No other information was mentioned from the team other than these pictures from the project, but they did hint that there may be more Airbus releases down the line after they release the A330. Just recently, Zoopoly had announced they are in development with a Sakota TB30 following from their previous development aircraft, which is the Fuga CM170. The team mentioned recently that the modeling is nearly complete with this project, and the team is now working on systems. Some of the systems that we will see when it comes to detail, it will be the Sakota will have a retractable landing gear for manual use, just in case of a hydraulic failure you can manually drop down the gear. Hopefully this is a sign to come of what we should see when it comes to the detail of this project. This week the team showcased some in-progress shots of the Sakota external and internal, but there's no ETA on release date or price, but of course we're going to keep you posted with more developments of the TB30. Leonardo's Fly the Mad Dog X is set to launch very, very soon. The team has announced that the Mad Dog is ready to go, and we'll see it in our sims on April the 30th, which is a day after this video goes live. This MD-80 has been well received in other simulators, and it's been tainted as one of the most realistic study level airliners in flight simulation. The Mad Dog X is rumored to be around about $80 in the price bracket, which is set to be one of the most expensive aircraft in the sim. But if it stays true to its previous sim releases, it may be set at just the right price. The team did mention at launch that the MD-80 will not come with its EFB, and that will be released later in an expansion pack. At version 1, the Mad Dog will include some features such as the MD-82 with the 217 Alpha engines, passenger cabin for 162Y, and the Honeywell FMS with NAV, VNAV, and ACARS. The flight model and engines have been tested and matched to the real-world aircraft performance tables. All systems and avionics tests have been fully implemented, and it's the same as the P3D version. New FMS service page for controlling doors, stairs, and external powers has been included. A livery manager and aircraft settings can be configured for different aircraft. The feature list is very, very long, and this is only a small part of it, and it just shows the level of detail we expect to be very, very high when it comes to the Mad Dog. Moving on to this week's releases, and with the release of Sim Update 9, we saw this time the team over at Sobo releasing another aircraft alongside with the famous Flyer series, the GB Model Z and the Model R2. Carinaro again was the developer behind the GB, and the team was also responsible for the Boeing Staggered Wing release not too long ago. No real feature list is given when it comes to these aircraft, but from what we can see in the promo video that was released, the GB has a high detailed exterior model and a detailed modeled cockpit with light systems. The GB, it looks to be loud, flies fast with no fuss. You can pick up your copy of the GBs from the famous Flyer series directly from the Marketplace store in the simulator itself. Flight Tampa this week releases its latest airport, which is Boston Logan Airport. This airport has 6 runways, 4 terminals, which makes it a very complex airport to place in the simulator. Flight Tampa's version of the airport covers its its 2022 version of the airport with PBR materials, custom animated jetways and taxiways, terraform terrain and 3D rocks, detailed library objects and handcrafted ground textures and animated passengers. You can pick up your copy of the Flytemper Boston Logan Airport directly from their website. I'll leave a link in the description below. In another airport release this week, this goes over the team over at Just Flight releasing the San Luis Regional Airport. The team has happened to find time to develop this airport in between working on the BA 146, which we should release very, very soon. This airport is located 90 miles north of Santa Barbara and sees plenty of general aviation traffic throughout the year and offers a few commercial flights to cities such as Los Angeles, San Francisco, and Phoenix. Some of the features of the airport included in the package is high detail modeling of the terminals, hangars, and buildings, animated boarding gates, realistic markings and obstructions on and around the airport, enhanced grass and vegetation, a complete night lighting environment, and it is made directly for Microsoft Flight Simulator in Microsoft Flight Simulator. You can pick up your copy of the Just Flight San Luis Airport directly from the Just Flight store. Again, I'll leave a link in the description below. Moving on to this week's Sim Update news, and this week we have seen Sim Update 9 released, version 1.25.7.0. This update has been available for anyone in the past few weeks who've wanted to take part in the test program, but now has been released to everyone. This update is jam-packed with stability and performance fixes, including some bug squashing to go. We've covered this in more detail in an earlier video, but here's some of the highlights of a Sim Update 9. A new Spotlight event has been included, new FXS added to the F-18, which is now basically a new aircraft in preparation, in my opinion, and to be primed for the Maverick release that we should see soon, that the guys are very hush about. New prop simulation is now available for the Cessna 172 G1000 version. A new debugging tool for vegetation tool for trees with a drawing distance has been included. Work has been done in areas of navigation, traffic, weather, audio, and activities, and a bunch of updates to all the default aircraft. All in all, this was pretty much a performance and stability update. There wasn't too much when it comes to content. With any sim update, we have seen a few third-party aircraft that have been broken, but it seems to be most of them are on top of it with hot fixes already out, and pretty much everything that is broken is either fixed now or on the way to be ready to fly in the skies again. With every world update and sim update, the development team gets together and does a Q&A video, and this week we got to see one, so let's take a look at the highlights that were discussed. The next world update, number 9, which is Italy and Malta, and it's going to be released on May the 9th, which is not too far away. The team went into more detail on what is included with this world update, and they mentioned that Gaia Sims will be creating all the handcrafted airports. These airports include, and I'll probably mess up all the names, Falcone Airport, Sodrino Airport, Bolzano Airport, and Marina di Camp Airport, and I reckon I messed every single one of those up. 13 new photographic cities will be added with 105 points of interest and new elevation data. This update will include 3 new bush challenges and 3 new landing challenges, and World Update 9 Italy and Malta will be released on the 9th, and they're saying that's probably the most prettiest and beautiful and biggest world update yet. Along with the World Update 9, we will see the local Legends aircraft launching alongside. This aircraft will be the Marchetti S55. The Marchetti is from the 1920s, and it's a unique flying tight boat aircraft that will have you flying from the seat of your pants sort of style of flying. And you won't find any current avionics in this aircraft, as it's the 1920s. We look forward to checking out the Marchetti S55 when it launches alongside World Update 9. In some other aircraft news when it comes to the development Q&A, Jorg, the head of Flight Sim, mentioned that moddable premium aircraft will be coming soon. A good example of this is the fly-by-wire A320 Neo, which has been modded to be a more realistic aircraft than the default model. This will now be available for the premium package aircraft. There's no date being given, but we soon have access to the premium aircraft to be accessible to do the same as what has been done with such aircraft as the A320 Neo, which is very exciting. exciting. And as always with every development Q&A, Jorg, the head of Flight Sim, likes to do teasers, and of course he did one for us, and he said June's going to be a massive month for the team when it comes to announcements. They have a keynote over at E3 with the Microsoft section, and they'll be releasing details of the next world update. I think it's going to be June or July, but they're keeping things close to their chest at the moment, including a bunch of surprises that they haven't spoken about, and also they'll be talking about more development news and the future of Microsoft Flight Simulator. We'll actually cover the E3 coverage in a separate video when it comes around, but it's going to be very exciting times ahead. This week we have seen 13 new airports to hit the sim, sold through various online stores around the globe, 1 new aircraft and 3 new sceneries, and no mission packs. On the marketplace we've seen 23 new products. 9 of those are on PC and 14 of those are on Xbox. This is the first time I think that we've seen Xbox having more product releases than PC. Carinata have released the Skymaster, the the M20R, the Seneca, and the Seminole, all available now on Xbox. Nimoth Designs released the Marchetti S205, and Aria AV Sims released the Zippy Sport, and both of these are available on Xbox and PC. The rest of the releases in the marketplace this week are night lighting packs and airports and sceneries. If you got this far in the video, thank you very much. You guys are a bunch of aviation legends. If you're new to the Oz Flight Simmer channel and part of the 73% of people that aren't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. We also stream every Wednesday and Sunday at 8 PM GMT plus 10, so if you want to join into a fun and a large multiplayer session within Microsoft Flight Simulator, jump along, we'd love to see you there. I'm going to leave you with one of our other favorite videos, so why don't you check that one out, and I'll see you over there.